Good morning, everybody. It is the morning of Tuesday, October 5th, 2021, and it's another day on the job taking care of the local community and making some money. So I'm off to Home Depot right now to pick up some material for my first job this evening, or this morning. I mean, it's almost noon, so just woke up maybe 30 minutes ago. But we'll pick up some material, and we'll be going on a roof today, so that'll be nice and exciting for sure. And it's a relatively simple fix, and we'll see how the day progresses. Got a lot of work to get done this week, and this is the start of it. I'm just making my way back home from Cincinnati, so it'll be nice to get back into the swing of things as work starts to pick up again and things start to get going. Here's our material right here. Got a 1x4 by 8 and a 1x8 by 12. Always feel like a baller walking like this. Alright, so I'm here on top of the roof, and this is one of the problem areas that we're looking at. So we'll basically cut a piece out here, like maybe here and down, and then we'll just replace that piece to make the trim look a little bit nicer. Same deal up here. We have a lot of rot right here. So we'll cut this piece out, like maybe here, and replace it. And we have another one on the other side there. So I'll get cutting, and I'll show you the progress as we make it. This right here is where the progress begins. The first thing I do is I break out my square, make a line, and then use my rigid, cordless, brushless oscillating tool to make the cut. Once the cut has been made, I basically start beginning the process of taking away all the material. I'm going up and down the ladder 1,000 times, forgetting tools, and getting a good leg workout for sure. But before I do any prying, I make sure to cut the caulk to not, strip any paint off of the siding there. I get prying, and I start doing some damage, ripping the piece off, as you can see. I take some measurements, write them down just so I don't forget. And then once I have all my measurements, I start cutting. I'm using my rigid, cordless, brushless circular saw here. And I make a few cuts. The piece you're seeing me cut now is not the part of the dormer that you saw me working on. This piece was used in a different spot, which I'm sure you'll see, or at least have seen. And like I always do, I prime all my pieces twice before they get installed, and that's even before the paint goes on, just to make sure I'm protecting the material in the best way that I possibly can. So as all the paint is drying, I head back up on the roof and I start cleaning up a little bit. This is a nice shot directly into the back of the truck. I just got this new blower from Home Depot. It's a rigid blower, and the thing's pretty strong. So I made sure to get some good use out of that. So as I was prying that piece off, or maybe I was cutting the caulk, I accidentally broke this siding piece here, but I go ahead and nail it on, and I caulk that seam there, and then once it's painted, you'll never be able to notice. I go ahead and match up this piece and the rest of them on all the fixes that I was doing, and then using my brushless, cordless, rigid brad nailer, I put in a ton of brads. I really should be using a construction nailer here, but that's actually on the way. I've just ordered it tonight. So once those nails are in, I then caulk all the gaps just to make sure everything's watertight. And after everything's been caulked and the gaps have been filled, that pretty much wraps it up. All right, things are wrapping up here on site. I have both of these pieces here fully primed and fully installed, nailed in, and I'm gonna go ahead and let all the primer and all the caulk dry, and I'll come back at a later date and paint. Also, the client is not home to give me the paint, so that's gonna have to wait. This one's done as well, and this one is done as well. Things are looking good. All right, well, that's everything. And there you have it. Everything is taken care of. Let's check these fixes out here. Still some work to do, and I'll take care of that when. How you doing? Doing well. When I come back to paint, but yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for here. On to the next one. I've just arrived here at another client's place, and it's about a 20-minute drive just to get here. And I've done some work for them in the past, and they've called me again for some more work. It's just some more exterior route repair. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk around the house and show you what I'm looking at. All right, here's an example of one thing we're looking at. Just some more wood rot on this beautiful window here. Take a quick measurement so I'm prepared when I come back in a week or two. All right, well, I've just pulled up on my client's house. This is about 6:30. This right here, oh, not opening for some reason. There we go. This right here is all I'm gonna need for right now, because this is gonna be for sure a multi-day project. I will be assembling a swing set, and let me show you what it looks like dropped off at the client's house. Absolutely massive. Literally on a pallet, which is great. Nice. But yeah, it's gonna be going back here. This is where it's gonna be built, or constructed, if you will, in this open area here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start opening it up, and we'll start laying out some pieces, and it's gonna be a big one. You can see a slide right here. So let's get going. Well, here it is. The manual. Look how thick this thing is. 2-person assembly, 14 to 19 hours. I'm not exactly sure how they come up with that number, but I did one of these a few months ago. It was actually one of my first projects ever. Of course, the business hadn't been named Horowitz Home Solutions yet, but yeah, I did one of these a while ago, and it took about, I did it alone, and I think it took about 24 hours. So I'm getting help from the client, I believe, and I might bring Dylan on for a little bit of the job, but this is it. The beginning of a long, long project. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching the entire thing. I'm going to do my best to make a habit out of documenting my adventures, growing this business each and every day. Horowitz Home Solutions is the name of the business. We do lots of handyman and home solution work. I want to give a quick shout out to Matthew Steinberg. I had a fantastic conversation with you yesterday. I basically expressed to you that I've been dreaming and having the desire to do something like this where I document all my work. So thank you for helping me realize that I just needed to do it.